What's up, MMA Joey? How's it going, buddy? Prayers for ChrissyJ. She saw one too many scrotum balloons in Discord and she yeeted herself. Very sad day. Can you tune by ear? I cannot tune by ear. No, this is using tuner. Yeah, I tried learning tuning by ear. It just doesn't fucking work. Either it's my ears that are retarded, or I don't know. It's harder than you think it would be. Like two things sound the same, and then like I don't know. The fuck happened to ChrissyJ? Toast. So no one sent ChrissyJ scrotum pics. Oh, MMA Joey. I'm gonna have to change your roles. So something happened in Toast in Talmudic Treaty Tracklin, the chat room like lower on the lower side of the list in Jerusalem. Thumbnail Queen posted a video of her squeezing. I can't even say without a straight face. She posted a video of her squeezing as hard as she can on Musical's penis skin, like his foreskin, and then Musical peed a little bit into it to create a foreskin balloon, like a little Jewish balloon. Anyways, and right before she posted it, Musical tagged ChrissyJ in it. And this happened when I was sleeping. This happened at like 1 a.m. or something. I was sleeping, 1 a.m. Eastern time. And then when I woke up today, ChrissyJ was gone. she's not in the chat anymore. But MMA Joey, I will make you a rabbi. You definitely belong. We have a secret chat room. It's not really secret. It's basically a chat room for all the non-Yogbis. So MMA Joey, remind me, if I don't do it tonight, DM me, say like, hey, make me a rabbi, and I'll make you a rabbi, and then you can see the chat room, and then you can scroll up a little bit and see the video. It's it's funny. I personally don't think that video like made Chrissy leave, but at the same time, the timing is a little weird. Don't know why Chrissy left. I really don't know, but it's sad, man. It's sad. And then I was like, shit, why'd you leave? And I can't talk to her because I'm not in a Discord with her anymore. So I can't even ask her why she left unless she joins this stream, which is part of the reason why I'm doing it. It's a shout into the void for poor ChrissyJ. I can't get a hold of her. The straw that broke the camel's back. That's almost exactly what I said. I said I like to think of that as the final straw for ChrissyJ. The only thing is I don't like Chemp has sent so many way worse things like this. Yeah, you see Musical's. It's like it's just a close up of his pee. You can't even see his whole penis. It's literally the second half of his penis. You know. And you pretty much you mostly just see thumbnails, and then just like his penis skin going up a little bit. But I need to find a thumbnail queen, because see this stretchy ass skin. I guarantee you I can get at least double, if not triple the size as Musical's foreskin balloon. At least double. I'm gonna say triple though. I don't know how stretchy other people's foreskin is. I've never stretched another foreskin, but here, let me do it right now. Off camera, obviously. I would do it on camera, but then I'll get deleted. It's actually not nearly as stretchy as I thought it was. It's not stretchy like my elbow. You know, that's like legitimately stretchy. My foreskin is like, I'll show you. I'll measure it right now. I'll measure with my finger and I'll show you guys. That hurts. So I can stretch it from the tip of my finger to this knuckle. So I think that's a little bit more than musical. Musical probably was like right here. So I can probably do like double the balloon, but that also hurt. And I need to find someone willing to fucking do that. I guess I can do it myself, but I'm not fucking doing it myself. There's no fucking way I'm doing it myself. Let's see. I try to make sure I never send anything too vulgar for Chrissy or Nubby. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Well, Chrissy's gone, so you don't have to worry about it. And Nubby, I don't know. I make Nubby jokes all the time to Nubby, like about his mom and his stepdad and shit. But there is a level where like I won't cross. Where allegedly, Mr. Oh, I gotta fucking talk to him too. Fuck. I got so much shit to do today. But Gap Year got not banned, but he got muted for a week for being too sexual with Nubby a few days ago. Allegedly, I didn't see it. Wu Lad muted him, and then I asked Wu Lad if he could unmute him, and he said yes, but he said it was because he was being way too sexual with Nubby. So standard for Gap Year, but yeah, I gotta tell him. But yeah, the straw that broke the camel's back. I know it's a funny video, and the funny thing is, even though it's kind of gross, it's also really wholesome that you could find a girl who would do that and just like be okay with it. What's up, musical? We're talking about your foreskin. See, how's it going? We're talking about your foreskin and how it made ChrissyJ leave. Yeah, so musical. I just stretched my foreskin. So from the tip of my penis all the way to the furthest I stretched it, it went from here. So like this is the tip of my penis, my finger, and it went to this knuckle. It stretched this much, not nearly as much as my skin, but my elbow skin, but it still stretched a decent amount. So if I can get a thumbnail to do that, like your thumbnail did that, I think I could get double the balloon. Not shitting on your balloon. Your balloon was very, very impressive, but I think I can outdo you. Chemp sends big black cock stuff all the time, and I think that's crossing the line for Nubby. It definitely is. The problem is we literally can't ban Chemp. He's unbannable. He will always get back because he has so many alts in Discord that are just waiting. Technically we could, like if we wanted to make Discord way more strict and way harder to get in, like we technically could get rid of all the Chemp shit, but then it'd be kind of like a bitch for everyone else. So Chemp's just kind of a guy that he's our crazy uncle that you just kind of have to deal with. But Chemp's fucking hysterical. MMA Joey, did you see Chemp's bomb? He did a Young Thug bomb, and then he did on a random other courtroom bomb. He did a All I Want to Do Is Smoke Weed bomb. He played that music with some obviously gay black porn. That's his thing. To just some random people in a courthouse just trying to go about their daily life and their job. I think this is 2 days ago, but I was crying. It was one of the funniest things, probably top 5 funniest things that's happened in Jerusalem, I think, since I've been here, which is really saying something, because something happens funny almost a daily basis, definitely a weekly basis. Nubby's probably seen that stuff anyways, definitely, but we don't want to corrupt him too much. Yeah, I feel like we have a moral obligation to raise Nubby right. Like we're basically Nubby's parents because his parents are so shitty, or at least his mom and his stepdad. So we do have that obligation to make sure he doesn't become a complete degenerate when he's older. That being said, I'm pretty sure he's just going to be a complete degenerate when he's older. He might already be screwed. Like he's Mormon, and my Mormon friends who like had decent families and like they were legitimately Mormon. They weren't just forced to be Mormon, but they believed it. They were pretty well adjusted, like cool, normal people for the most part. But the ones that were forced to, that didn't believe it and were forced to, or they had broken families that didn't really follow the Mormon code and shit. Like Nubby believes his Mormon shit allegedly, but he doesn't but he doesn't have the stereotypical Mormon family. So I feel like he's probably fucked, because I've seen it. I've seen it a lot. If you're like, the best thing about Mormon is having a stable family life, and he doesn't have that. So it sucks. And Mormons have to wake up literally like at 4:30 every single fucking morning, every single fucking morning. That makes you fucking crazy. If you don't have a stable family and you're doing that shit, you're gonna go off the rails by the time you're 19 or some shit. A literal pee-pee grabber, yes. Thumbnail is a literal pee-pee grabber. I think it's wholesome that a girl happily obliged to eat your dingleberries. She didn't oblige to eat my dingleberries. She asked to eat my dingleberries. I never, ever, literally ever in my life have asked anyone to do anything with my butt, or I've never asked anyone if I could do anything with their butt. There's never been that. The only thing I've asked is if at the beginning of a relationship, I've done this a few times. At the beginning of the relationship, I asked, is it cool if we do if that's a rule, there's no butt stuff, across the board, no butt stuff right off the bat. So we don't even have to like get into it 6 months down the line. That's the only thing. And that's not butt stuff. No. So yeah, I don't want to say I'm 1,000% anti butt stuff, but it is very degenerate. It's where we poop. And like, yeah, it felt okay, but it did not feel good enough to like offset the grossness and the strangeness and to offset all the respect I lost for this girl. And I didn't have much to begin with because I just met her. But I lost all of it right off the bat. It just wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it. Has anyone else in chat gotten their asshole eaten? Has anyone else? Rigo, MMA Joey, Musical. Have you guys gotten your asshole eaten? Chemp is a menace. He's growing on me though. Chemp is definitely a menace. He's growing on me too. I mean, I've never hated Chemp. You can't hate Chemp. There was a time I really wanted him out of Discord, but like I got over it. I got way over it. Because you literally can't. So it's either be mad that he's in there or just be happy he's in there because he's in there for some funny fucking shit. Thoughts on Red Bar comments and Guru's chat last night? Yeah, I don't know what that was, Musical. I have no idea what that was. Like people were talking about Red Bar, but I didn't see that Red Bar was in there, so I don't know. I genuinely have no idea what that was about. I think it was just spurred on by Rigo saying that Red Bar did a breakdown of the bus stop, which eventually he's going to, I imagine. Like Guru's at 60,000 subscribers now. I think all of us, we should actually. Well, Red Bar has his own thing, like his own channel. I don't know how it works exactly because I never actually spent much time watching it, like how the comments work and shit. But if there's a way where we can like reach him and get a bunch of us in Jerusalem to send clips of Guru talking about his sex life and the bus stop shit, Red Bar would do a great breakdown of it for sure. That would be fucking great, and that'd be the meme coming full circle for Guru the musical for sure. The church Zoom he bombed was his best work. Wait, he church Zoom bombed? I did not see that one. Holy shit, MMA Joey. I didn't see the church Zoom. When was that? When the fuck was that? Thoughts on China's 10,000 talent plan? I literally don't know what that is, but since it's from China, I'm gonna say it's fucking terrible. I'm not Canadian like you, Rigo, so I'm not down with the communist fucking bullshit. I don't think Nubby's gonna stick to Mormonism. He could probably go out of it. Probably. I mean, I asked him about it. Like this was a while ago, because I was just curious. I asked him if he was Mormon because he's forced to, or because he actually believes it. He says he actually believes it, so that's actually a good thing. Because being forced to be like do things religiously when you don't believe in it, that's seriously one of the worst fucking things. My parents did that to me. They forced me to be Christian, even though at the age of 5 I told them I don't believe in this shit, like this is wrong, I don't want to do this, but they forced me to go to church until like the age of 13, and I never stopped resenting them for it. Like you can't force someone to, like you can, but you can't. Like you can't force someone to believe something, you know? Good question, Joey. Uncle G is probably tied as favorite leader of Mao. Yes, Mao is the goat commie. Mao's killed the most communists out of everybody, so he's kind of a goat in that way. I've been meeting with girls on dating apps lately, and they're all the same. It's almost like the copy paste version of ones. Yes, MMA Joey. Yeah, this girl that ate out my ass, dated Tinder, and I don't want to say she was actually definitely different than the rest of the girls I've dated the past few years, which hasn't been that many. She was definitely different, and it wasn't just because of the dingleberry eating, but it wasn't necessarily different in a good way. It was different. It was different enough for, like, to me, it was good because it wasn't copy paste like the other girls were. So the novelty of not having a copy paste was nice. But at the same time, it just wasn't for me either. I talked to her like a few times after that on text, but then it just stopped. Yeah, some girls be cray with that stuff. Yes, dude, I know. I've got my butt eaten, but I always try to hold farts in. It makes me uncomfortable. That's the thing. I farted in her face, and that's the thing that I hated about it was that. I have no idea how time seemed to fucking slow down to a crawl. So it could have been 5 minutes. It could have been 3 hours. She was licking my ass. I don't fucking know. It felt like a day. It seriously felt like a day. But after a while, she stirred up a fart and it came out, and I wasn't trying to fart at all. I wasn't trying to fart in her face, but I did. And I immediately started laughing. Like the stream, you guys, like the stream. But I immediately start laughing because it's fucking hysterical. Like, I don't know how you cannot laugh at that. Like, if the roles were reversed, which I can't imagine myself licking an ass, but like if I was licking a pussy and the pussy queefed in my face, I would be crying in laughter. Like, that's fucking hysterical. So if the roles were reversed, I would be laughing, but she was like all serious about it and shit. Like, what do you expect is gonna fucking happen? So like, it's cool to fucking lick my butt and taste my dingleberries right after I go for a run, but I can't fart in your face? Like, how is that the border? Like, I don't know. That did not sit well with me. I'll say that. Makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. I was so uncomfortable, man. I was like, because I felt like I was the girl, you know. I felt like. Hi, Bobby. Larry didn't like it either. Larry's like, what the fuck is this stupid bitch doing to your asshole, dude? No people were talking about, Red Bar first. I think those were real Red Bar fans. Oh, really? Oh, shit. So that would be cool if we can get some Red Bar fans in Jerusalem. And yeah, Larry thinks, I gotta open the window for him. Hold on. Sorry, buddy. There we go. Where was that? Red Bar runs his stream off his own site. Yes, I know that. He has a Facebook group called Scars Club, so could post some stuff in there. Any Regals clips would be great, babe. Yes. That's what we need. Shemp sent BBC. Oh shit, that's my sister. Trump sent BBC porn in a church meeting, and they were all boomers, so they didn't know how to kick him out. And a bunch of old people were covering their face so they wouldn't see the BBC. Classic Shemp. That's why Shemp can never lead Discord, because he's good for things like that. Foursome, no foursome. I've never had a foursome. I've never had sex with multiple people. Only once. Oh, not only once. I'm only one at a time. I've never, like, there was a few periods in my life where I really wanted a threesome. I thought, 2 girls and shit, but like I'm probably too old for that shit now. Like, I don't know, I just grew out of that phase. Like whenever I'm talking to a girl, like for me, it's only one girl at a time. I literally can't handle talking to multiple girls at the same time, even if it's just talking to them on a dating app or whatever. I just can't, man. Like I could. It takes up too much of my mental capacity. One person takes up too much of my mental capacity, but 2 girls, it's like, or more than 2 girls. That's fucking insane, and I don't even want that. A musical would be so funny to be featured in Red Bar Hit Piece. Oh my God, I know. It's in the non-MMA shit posting channel. If you scroll up, okay, I'll look at it. Or MMA Joey, can you what's it called? Reply to it, find it in non-MMA shit posting, reply to it, and then tag me in it, because that would be very helpful. Rigo joined the FB Scars Club. It's called Red Bar Scars Club. I lick girl butts, but guy butts are hairy and poopy. Yeah, dude, my butt is not a normal butt. My butt is like the hairiest part of my body. It's insane how hairy my ass is compared to the rest of my body. I don't know why. And literally one of the first things she said, she's like, oh, you got it. She's like, I like how hairy your ass is. She literally said that. I was like, are you serious? Like it made me self-conscious because I was like, there's no way she could be serious. But by the way she was licking my butt, she was definitely serious. But yeah, I said that like, yeah, I hadn't showered in over 24 hours and I had just gone on a sweaty run. It was in the summer too. It was like right before, it was like early June. So, and it was hot. So I was sweaty. I had just gone on a run and I didn't shower that day. I'd showered the night before. And I was planning on showering, but I didn't have time. And she fucking loved it. It was just like, I don't know, man. That's too much degeneracy for someone like me. Makes zero sense. I know, man. I don't have Facebook. Get a Facebook, Rico. Or yeah, I mean, I technically have a Facebook, but I never use it. Just got off hitting the liquor store and getting Henny and cigs. Enjoy your night, Toast. I just watched a video showing how alcohol basically destroys your ability to cope with stress, like when you're not drinking. It's it was like an Andrew Huberman thing, but there's like a whole bunch of new studies showing that like even if you drink not even that regularly, but on somewhat of regular basis, that it reduces your body's ability to like adapt to stress and shit like that. Which I think I agree. I know it definitely makes me like less capable of a human. That's for sure. Toast told me an ounce of Gorilla Glue at Texas A&M for 115 ounce. Yeah. MMA Joey, I was dealing. Respect the grime. MMA Joey is probably zanned out of my Guyat? Damn mind. My goddamn mind. Gotcha. I've had one threesome in college. Sex was weird. Head was incredible. Yeah, it seems like finding your spots, or like focusing on one girl, then focusing on another girl, focusing on one girl, focusing on another girl. Unless like you're laying down and one girl's on top of you and then like another girl's on your face or some shit, I guess. But like that doesn't even sound that pleasurable to me. So I don't know. Like I feel like if you're I don't want to give a flat across the board shit, but I feel like if you're having sex with two girls at once, they're probably about as attractive as one hot girl combined, you know? So I'd rather just have that hotness in one girl than split into two average or below average girls. Yeah, I can repost it. Thank you, MMA Joe. I appreciate it. Girls that like poopy butts can't be human. They got to be aliens. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, where does that come from? Like, there's a lot of sexual kinks or fantasies or shit like that I can kind of understand because it's all based on like what happened in childhood and shit. But what the fuck had to happen to you in childhood where you're into eating a dude's hairy fucking asshole? Holy shit, man. My black roommates would kill a bottle of Henny every night. Cultural appropriation, yes. Yes. Alcohol is water soluble and bleeds into every cell of your body. Is that true? It feels like it. It most certainly feels like it. Whenever I drink, and it's less like this now, and I don't know if it's because I drink so rarely now, but especially when I was younger and up until when I stopped drinking regularly, like my first sip, I'd always feel it immediately in my thighs. Like it felt like I'd drink and it would go straight to my legs and mostly my thighs, and it'd be like like a tired, crampy feeling. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's like I lost some like control of the muscle. Like it doesn't feel as strong and shit. And it still happens when I drink, but not nearly as often because I don't drink often. But we got, I think today's 21st. So next year, so I drank one time this year. You guys saw it. If you joined the stream, I drank November 1st. That was my one time this year. The year before, I drank in December. And the year before, I drank sometime late in the year. I don't really remember. So the last 3 years, I've only had one drinking session for the entire year. So 2023, I'm going to keep that going, most likely. And but I got to figure out what I want to do with it. I want to do something cool. I'm pissed off at myself I didn't keep the stream up. It would have been a fucking incredible stream to keep up. Although I know I said some shit that would probably get my channel banned, so that's probably why I took it down. MMA Joey, it's Hennessy White, so I respect my race. I still drink heavily though. Dude, just don't. Like there's other drugs. There's other drugs, man. Like ketamine, weed. That's all you need. If you got ketamine, weed, maybe ecstasy, and some psychedelics, like I don't see why you'd need any other drug. One was an 8, other had a fatty, but 6.5. That's not bad. So that's a 14.5 combined. That's good. That's good. Like as long as together they make at least 10, then it's acceptable, I think. But if combined they don't even equal a 10, then I don't know what you're doing. Sounds like she was probably molested. Yeah, probably. At Towson University, I porked a girl that had a service dog, and she started having a seizure during sex, and the dog started barking a whole bunch, and she said, "Don't worry, it's normal." Did you keep going? MMA Joey, what the hell? That's crazy. So like, is it like because there's degrees. I've seen a couple seizures in my life, and I've seen like a mild one, and I've seen a major one, and there's a huge difference between a mild one and a major one. Was it mild? Was it like this, or was it major, like fucking going crazy? And she's like, and you can't even keep your dick in her because she's going so crazy. Because there's a big difference between those. I felt bad though, because I was just hitting the 6.5 for a fat minute because the ass is crazy, but the 8 ain't like that body wise, so you know. Gotcha. So, yeah, I'd probably go with the one. Well, it really depends on what they look like. My anus hole feels like it gets slightly bigger after a first drink. Yes, musical. Yes, musical. Yeah, so you feel it in your asshole. I feel it like in my thighs when I have my first drink. But yeah, it definitely seeps into random parts of your body, and this is why I don't drink. But I will think I'll probably just do another drinking stream like in the middle of the year next year or some shit if I am still streaming by then, which hopefully I am. But who knows? Did ChrissyJ pass? Yeah, she's dead now, Polidori. She left Discord because someone named Thumbnail Queen and Music Guru the Musical. Actually, I don't think it's them at all. But the last thing that ChrissyJ saw in Discord for sure, like this is for sure, was Musical's his foreskin being made into a balloon by peeing in it, while Thumbnail Queen had her thumbnails digging down into his foreskin, so she could hold it in and it welled up like a balloon. Very wholesome, if you ask me. So I don't really know, especially compared to the other shit she's seen in Discord. Like it's very wholesome. I feel like that shit would feel incredible. Bitch, just spazzing out here. That's actually shit like yeah, it feels like a crazy spaz and shit. You wouldn't even have to do anything. You just kind of try to hold her still a little bit while her legs are going crazy. Good point, Toast. I didn't really think about that. Her body was tweaking, but she could still talk. That is strange. But it freaked me out, and I felt like I had to leave. Dude, I would feel the same way. I'd be like, it'd be hard for me to keep a boner when it seems like the girl you're with is having a medical emergency, you know? I highly doubt I'd be able to keep a boner. Even if it felt really good, I really don't think I'd do it. Paula Dory sent me pics of him, of Lisa Riley. Lisa Riley is a fucking catch. That's all I gotta say. And she's definitely a female woman. She might have been one of the women that Toast had a three-way with. That's what I hear, anyways. Because she has a really fat ass, nice body, but her face could be better. So she's probably like a 6.5. But yeah, oh, what time is it? Okay, so I'm gonna be on for like another hour maximum, I think. So let's serenade, or let's ChrissyJ. For as long as ChrissyJ is a 10. Yes, she is. She's a 10 in my heart. She's a 10 in my soul. I don't know why thinking, not because of her looks, but because well, you don't even know what she looks like. So like all of ChrissyJ's pictures are that she has on her social media and stuff. They're all like over 10 years old and shit. But the nudies she sent of her that allegedly are recent, you can't really ever trust a girl when talking about her looks and shit. Allegedly were recent though. She looked better in the pictures she sent me versus the pictures that are in her social media. So it makes me wonder why she's like embarrassed to fucking send pictures. She looks like she looks better in her 30s than she does in her 20s. And that's not me buttering up ChrissyJ. Like it really did look like that. Like in her 20s, she looked like a 6. And in her 30s, she's like a double that, like 12. No, she's not 12, but like she looked like legitimately way hotter, like an 8. Not because of her looks, because of her demeanor. Yes. I might stream at some point too. Do it. Quick little meth and guitar stream. Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. If you could do a meth and guitar stream. We need more streamers, I think. Wings of Juru has been inconsistent lately, but he did stream yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. I think it was yesterday. And then it's basically me, Musical, Juru, and Guru. And I think that's it. There's that other guy that's in London that is, what's his name? Kay Burnmere or something like that. I don't know. That guy's retarded. That guy's pissed off at me because I called him retarded for thinking the earth is flat. But dude, you're retarded if you think the earth is flat. And I didn't mean it like personally, dude. Like you can think the earth is flat and we can still like be cool with each other, but he took it personally. Anyways, and he always like he hasn't streamed much lately, but he always streams when Guru's on, which is the dumbest fucking point to stream. Like don't start a stream when Guru's halfway through his stream. Just wait till he's done, you retard. So I don't really count him. Also, his streams are easily the most boring out of all of us for sure. Yeah, so it's really only like 4 of us. Chrissy endured all her Chemp's shit, but as soon as she sees a white one, she's out. It's fucking. Did she leave Guru's chat too? I don't know, Rigo. I have no idea. I don't think I saw. I think I saw her. Well, she left late last night. She left like in the middle of the night. You know, like a typical woman shit. So Guru hasn't had a stream since she left. But if I remember correctly, she did have a few comments early in Guru's stream yesterday. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure she did. If not, she has recently. She has very recently. I can't imagine her leaving Guru's chat because she has a son that looks a lot like Guru. That's why she watches Guru, is because her son might actually be Guru. Her son might actually be Guru, but if he's not actually Guru, he's a lookalike of Guru. And that's why she watches him, because he reminds her of her son. So I can't imagine her leaving his chat. But maybe because I don't know if you guys notice this, but Guru has hit over 1,000 concurring viewers at a time whenever he goes live now. Like whenever he goes live, and now that it's at 1,000, chat is fucking dead. It's more popping than ever in terms of the output, but it's fucking dead in terms of the jokes. we'll get an occasional Rigo joke and an occasional sniff joke and shit. But like before, just like a couple months ago, it was like a lot of fucking jokes, a lot of fucking jokes, and now it's like it's mostly normies, which like I'm not mad about because it's inevitable, and I'm happy for Guru's channel, and I'm happy for Guru that his channel is exploding like this. But the golden days of Guru are long gone, fucking long gone, which is really sad. But I'm glad. I'm at least thankful that I got to get like the tail end of it, of like the good days. I like Guru, but he's an Andrew Tate fanboy. He's definitely an Andrew Tate fanboy. Keeps talking about trying to recruit girls into his prostitution ring. Does he really? Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I've never literally sat down and listened to Andrew Tate talk ever, just solely because he was a nobody, like in terms of like recognition and shit. Yeah, he was a fighter and shit. Like people in the kickboxing world knew him and shit. But he was basically a nobody last year, and then all of a sudden, he's like one of the most talked about people. All those people that just appear out of fucking nowhere, and all of a sudden they're just like a fixture in pop culture. I avoid those people like the plague because you did something to get yourself in the algorithm like that. It could just be 100% coincidence, and he could actually be on the good side. Like he could be a good guy. I don't know him, but because he blew up so fucking fast, I refuse to get inundated by whatever the fuck he believes. You know, it's like it's same thing happened with Jordan Peterson, man. Same exact thing fucking happened to Jordan Peterson. He's a nobody. All of a sudden he blows up. And like I don't disagree with the things he says a lot, but I'm not gonna fucking watch his shit, dude. Like too many other people are watching his shit. I don't know. I've always been that way. Like if too many people are watching something or listening to something, I'm not gonna do that. Because I always feel like there's a reason why so many people are doing that. No, bro, it's flat. Okay. Care to give a reason, Washington? Because that's typically all the flat earthers say. Like, no, dude, it's flat. Or like, you think it's round, haha. But they won't actually give solid, concrete evidence as to why the earth is flat. Like, there's a crazy blizzard, fucking crazy blizzard that's heading toward most of the United States. It's already in like eastern Montana and North Dakota and shit. It's literally negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. That sounds like Fahrenheit. Negative 50 degrees below zero. So it's like negative, yeah, almost the same as Celsius too. Negative 20, I think negative 30 is the same, both Fahrenheit and Celsius or some shit around there. It's around there, and it's gonna get colder, and it's going all the way down. But anyways, like the way these weather patterns work all has to do with the world being a fucking globe. Like you can research it yourself. But since moving to Ohio and weather is so variable, like I know more about weather than I used to. And like the weather patterns and shit, like it wouldn't work this way if the world was flat. Like it literally depends on like rotations of the earth and the tilt of the earth. Like I'm telling you, it's not fucking flat. If it's flat, Anchorage wouldn't be a major airport in the world. It just wouldn't. But Anchorage is a major airport in the world because it's not flat. Washington, don't get sick started of his round earth nonsense. Rigo's just trolling. At Antarctica, there's an ice wall with giants behind it and aliens from the planet. I do believe, well, when you say aliens, I agree. But I think I view aliens. I've gone in this before, but I view aliens as like future humans or future other inhabitants of Earth that have figured out a way to go back in time. I don't really like. Yes, I do believe there's life on other planets. For sure, there is. Like just statistically, there has to be. But the level of technology you would need to fucking traverse space and shit, like large distances in space, is so fucking insane. To me, it just makes way more sense that aliens would be humans from the future or other beings, earthlings from the future going back and past. Especially when you take into consideration all the things they tend to be interested in, It, for sure, like in my opinion, for sure, aliens aren't really aliens. They're alien to this timeline. They're not alien to this planet. But they do run it. I would agree with that. Or I don't want to say they run it. They heavily influence it so much that they might as well be running it. But do they technically run it? I would say I don't know, but I would say no, but they influence it so much that basically yes. Guru definitely gassed out from streaming, just keeps doing it so he can collect 204. Dude, he collects way more than that per stream, dude. Way more. I think he gets, I mean, it depends, but I think the low end, the very low end would be like 354 and 400 for a 2-hour stream. So I was counting it just for like 3 minutes in stream, just to satisfy my autism. I was counting all the donos in a 3-minute block. I can't remember how it was like 15 to 20, like $2 to $5 donos. It was a fuckload, dude. It was an insane amount. And you just extrapolate that and then add all the fucking big donos and shit. Like yesterday, he got a fuckload of donos. There's no way he got less than 400 yesterday. No way. I would say he got probably 500 or 600. Like if I got 500 or 600 per stream, I'd be fucking streaming every fucking day for sure. Guru's success will be his downfall. It already has, man. It already has. Like Guru's not the same as he used to be, but I already knew, like, this happens with every YouTuber. This happens with everybody. It's not a big deal. It's inevitable, but yes, it is definitely a downfall. Fights you wish you saw but got canceled. Good question, Nubby. How you doing, buddy? If you're still here, Nubby, fights I wish I saw but can't. Khabib Tony is the one that comes to mind, obviously. That fight had to happen 5 fucking times and it still didn't happen. Like, it was scheduled 5 times and it still didn't happen because Khabib pulled out 3 times, Tony pulled out twice. Although the times Tony pulled out were legit, the times Khabib pulled out were pussy ass bitch moves. Because I still think prime Tony could give Khabib some problems. Yes, Khabib would take him down for sure. I'm not saying Tony would stay on his feet for 25 minutes against Khabib. I'm not that retarded. For sure, Khabib would take him down. But the second he takes him down, fucking Tony with his blades and shades and shit, I could see him from bottom cutting up Khabib pretty good. And we've never seen Khabib injured or cut at all. And who the fuck knows how he reacts to that when that happens? I just felt like Tony had the best tools to damage Khabib. I don't know if he had the best tools to finish Khabib, but he had the best tools to damage Khabib. And since no one's ever damaged him ever in his 30-fight career, it would have been interesting to see Khabib actually have to fight damage, like a big gash, like blood dripping down in his eyes and shit. How would he deal with that? I would guess he'd probably deal with it okay, but we don't know. We never saw it. So that's the one, dude. I think that's the one for fucking every MMA fighter or MMA fan. Like, we all wish we saw that. Hi, Lisa Riley. It's me. It's the problem. It's me. Hi, Lisa Riley. How's it going? Sometimes it feels like everybody is a sexy baby and a monster on the hill. I feel you, Lisa Riley. I fucking feel you. I have STDs. Nice. When my depression works, the graveyard shift, all the people I ghosted stand there in the room. Dude, I'm so far behind. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really fucking far behind, but I'm going to try to fucking get this shit. Jordan Peterson's a benzo addict that cries when he drops his fork on the floor. I know, Emma Joe. He's going through post-acute withdrawal symptoms, and it makes him a fucking crying hormonal wreck about fucking everything. And even though a lot of the things he says, well, I don't listen to him a lot, but when I have heard him, like the things I've heard him say, most of it I do agree with. The way he says it and the level of importance he puts on himself and the things he's saying is way blown out of proportion. It's exactly how a fucking opiate or benzo addict would act. And I don't like, it's just too self-important, man. It's way too self-important. I should be left to my own devices. They come with prices and vices. Are these Taylor Swift lyrics? Are these Taylor Swift lyrics, Lisa Riley? I'm imagining these are Taylor Swift lyrics. And then he's picking up the fork. He quotes Plato and Aristotle. Exactly. Lose all its meaning for the last time. Thank you for the lyrics, Lisa Riley. The burden of proof is not on me, Washington. It's not on me, Mr. Washington. But Washington, thank you for musical for the 10 what's it called? Memberships. That's really fucking cool of you, man. But the burden of proof is not. I gave you proof. Proof right here. Anchorage is a major airport hub in the world. Why is this? Because people from Europe, people from Asia, and people from North America flying to the different continents, flying to within one another. Like if I'm like in North Dakota and I want to fly to China, somewhere in China or some shit, and there has to be a layover flight in the middle, Anchorage makes sense. Well, that could be if it's flat too, but if you're in Europe, let's say you're like in like the north of Norway and you're flying to China and shit, you could fly south, or you could fly to Anchorage and then fly. Anyways, basically what I'm saying is because the Earth is a globe, that makes Anchorage a prime location for travel, for international travel and shit, for stopovers and shit, for layovers. If the Earth was flat, that wouldn't make sense, because Anchorage would be so fucking far away from some of these places that it clearly is not that far away from, because it just wouldn't make sense. So Washington, please tell me why Anchorage is so popular. Please tell me why. Also explain time zones. Please explain time zones to me. And I know time zones are man-made, but like the sun is it's almost complete down here, but an hour fucking west where Toast is, there's still a little bit of sun. And then 3 hours west where my family is, there's still sun out. How do you explain that, man? How the fuck do you explain that? And it's uniform across. This isn't fucking fake. You can call anyone in any part of the world and it will be legit, exactly how it's supposed to be. So yeah, how do you explain that? Or just because we're going to talk about round again. Yeah. I have no idea what this. I have no clue what this shit is. Aliens are Mexicans. True. Yeah, Larry agrees. I don't know, man. I think it's a different type of entity treating humanity like an experimental petri dish. I agree with that. Well, I think we're just talking about Taylor Swift, not her. Taylor Swift's spine is like, oh, it's so gross, man. It's literally, her spine looks like there's fingers coming out of it, like coming out of her skin. It's the only thing that puts me off to Taylor Swift, but it puts me off to her so much that like I can't even think about her without being disgusted. I know they're better. But yeah, I think we're in a simulation, but even though we're in a simulation, within that simulation, there's probably like other simulations and shit. So like, yeah, this is gonna get fucking too deep, and I'm way too far behind in chat to fucking go into this shit. I'm sorry. But MMA talk, please. There's not much to talk about in MMA. Here's the thing, Nubby. I would talk MMA, but here's the thing. Nothing's going on in MMA. The only thing I talk about in MMA is the Costa Whitaker thing, which the entire fucking time Paulo Costa has said this fight is not gonna happen. He has said this for months now, for literally months. So I don't know why people are mad at him. I don't know why people expected anything different. He said this wasn't gonna happen. So when it got announced that it genuinely wasn't going to happen, I would like that fight to happen for sure. It'd be good for the sport and good for the division, but I wasn't expecting it, and I'm not mad at. Like, I get Costa's perspective, I get Whitaker's perspective, I get the UFC, I get everyone's perspective involved. I understand, and I'm not mad at it at all. But that's the only thing I had to talk about, and that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Is like, I would like to see the fight, but we're not going to see that fight most likely, and we're just going to live with it. What does the title of the stream mean? ChrissyJ left a Discord. Yeah, ChrissyJ left a Discord in the middle of the night because of well, I don't know if you saw it, Nubby, and I don't want to direct you to it because you're too young, but There's something happened in Discord last night, which allegedly was the final straw for ChrissyJ. We don't know. We got no answers from her. She just fucking left, and you can't message her because she's not in Discord anymore. So we'll never know unless she decides to give us a reason. It's nuts how much money Guru makes. I don't know why he doesn't have a place of his own yet. Fear. He's literally admitted it on stream. Well, not that long ago, he said something, not verbatim, but he said something along the lines of he's like, the first night I'm in my own place alone and I go to bed, it's gonna be scary. He said, his words, he said scary. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to that at all. The first night I was sleeping alone, I was fucking stoked. I was like, fuck it. Oh, Larry's taking a poopy. Oh, he's dropping him. He's dropping him. You guys want to see? Here, you guys got to see Larry poopy. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's stuck in there. Come on, Larry. You can do it. There, he got it. He got it. You see how he puts his paws on the upper edge of the thing so he can get more leverage on there. Smart kitty, man. Smart kitty. It's basically the kitty version of the squatty potty. That's what he does. Oh my god, it smells so bad. Let me put some new litter on this shit. I will be right. Sorry about that. My phone died while I was fucking putting fucking litter over his shit. Where was I? If he lost weight and shaved the pube beard, he loses his virginity, no problem. I know. He doesn't even have to lose weight. Most girls don't really care about big dudes. They really don't. He just needs to shave the fucking beard, dude. That's literally it. Shave the beard, and if he wants to go the extra mile, fucking, he has the money, so just fucking remove the moles. The fucking hideous, nasty moles. If he does that, he doesn't even have to lose weight. He'd be fine. I wish you saw Diaz get exposed. Nate Diaz. Well, we saw him get exposed a whole bunch in a whole bunch of fights. I don't know what you're talking about, Navi. He's a journeyman. I just hate people saying Diaz, BJJ is the best. Who's saying that? The only people saying that are absolute cat. Like, I hate throwing that term around, but if you think Nate Diaz, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the best, if you think is the best in the sport, then you clearly don't watch the sport very much. It's good. It's really fucking good, but it's not the best. They rearranged the rig card for good reason. Very true. The backstage fight was fixed. There was no backstage fight. There was no backstage fight. There literally wasn't. You could tell by the way they were talking about it. In the press conference, that was also canceled. You could tell that nothing actually happened. Lisa Riley is a new ChrissyJ. I know, yeah, true. I agree. Did Chimaev and Diaz even see each other in person? I think they saw each other from like across the room, but nothing happened. Okay, I can't deal with this fast Earth anymore. Sorry, I'm not talking about it anymore. Okay, I'm really far behind, but sorry, Lisa Riley. Let's see. Where? Oh shit, I'm so far. He's a girl. Thoughts on Joseph Smith? But you just said Joseph Smith is a girl. All right. Is it true male Mormons have to wear diapers? Because it's like a donut? What the hell, dude? Oh my god, dude. This is the thing with flat. They just say shit. They give no fucking evidence, no even theories as to why. So I think it's just a troll. I have this dream. My daughter-in-law kills me for the money. You have a daughter-in-law, Rigo? What the fuck? Aren't you like 20 something? She thinks I left them in the will. Do you think the Illuminati blood drinking stuff has alien origin? Probably. Like, who knows how 100% true that is? Larry, I got it, honey. Larry, I got it. You're good. Don't uncover it now. He's like trying to, because the smell is still in the room. He's trying to like cover it up more, but that's not. It's like you just took a shit. It's gonna smell bad for a little bit, you know. MMA is dead until mid-January next year. Yeah, I know it sucks. Costa don't want the smoke from Whitaker. True, he doesn't want it, but at the same time, yeah, he doesn't want to go out on a loss because that wouldn't be good for his stock. I don't think he's afraid of Whitaker, but he realizes Whitaker is the best middleweight in the world, and if he fights him, he will likely lose. So you could say he's scared of him, or you could say he's smart. I don't know. Like I said, I understand all sides of it. I'm not saying I agree with Paulo or I agree with the UFC or I agree with any. I'm not saying any of that, but I understand it. I don't fault Costa for doing it. But the thing is, if he Guru said this yesterday, and it's true. Like if he took that fight and he won, he puts himself in such a great bargaining spot, like a really, really good bargaining spot. So that tells you that he really doesn't think he'd win. But like, do a poll on any fucking MMA chat room and shit. Say who wins the fight, Whitaker, Costa. At least 80% are going to pick Whitaker. At least. Because he just has the fucking tools to beat him. So, like, I get why Costa doesn't want to fight him, man. I get it. Jake Shields, Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson is retarded, dude. Yeah, Mike Jackson and Omar Peoples are basically the same guy. He's basically Omar. Mike Jackson is the UFC version of Omar Peoples. Hey, Guilo, please, what is top 3 favorite Chinese fighters? Top 3 favorite Chinese fighters? I don't really like any of them, to be honest. I guess Li Jingliang, Wei Li, and who's another Chinese fighter? Don't even fucking know. There's the other female, Zhang Nian, but I don't like her. I don't even like Wei Li either, but she's good for a woman. I'm gonna go with Li Jingliang, Wei Li Zhang, and I don't think he's fucking Korean. So many of them are Korean or Japanese and shit. My third one will be Rigo is Loquacious is my third favorite or first favorite Chinese fighter, I should say. So Costa instead wants to fight a Duplessis instead of Rob. Wow, I'd be begging to stick to the Rob fight. But does he want the Duplessis fight? Did he say that, or is this just speculation? Because I haven't seen anything that says he wants Duplessis. Although I think he would beat Duplessis. I think Duplessis would gas himself out. Well, he gasses himself out in like every fight that goes a considerable amount of time. But I think he would gas himself out, like trying to take Paulo down. And yeah, I think Paulo wins that. It's a much easier fight for Paulo for sure. Larry drops big stinkers. Oh yeah, for sure. Sup, Kamikaze? How's it going? Why do you have live cat in your? Imagine ChrissyJ husband catching her looking at dicks on Discord. Allegedly, Chrissy and her husband are like in the process of a divorce or whatever. So I don't think it was that, but that is a funny thought, Kamikaze. Time to smoke a feeg. Don't MMA Joey, smoke a meth instead. Jigaboo, hello. What's more dangerous, obesity or CTE? Obese people die sooner than people with CTE. I think it depends on your genetics. Some people like CTE. They've already determined this. Like, there's certain people that can get a shitload of concussions in their life, and they likely won't get CTE. And then there's other people that can get like 1 or 2 concussions, and there's a good chance they'll get CTE because it's a genetic thing. And same with obesity. I think some people are more genetically well equipped to handle more weight on their body. Like if I became obese, it would be a fucking issue. My entire family, extended family, like all of them, like they're pretty small. Nobody was fat. I mean, we had some fat, but like no one was obese. No one obese ever. And so with genetics that aren't equipped to be obese, if I became obese, it would be a terrible thing. So I really think it depends on the person. It's probably pretty similar. I think you would rather have obesity than CTE because obesity, it's not like they claim it's hard, but it's not hard to just fucking go on a diet or just go on a fast. Just don't eat for a while. Your body will eat itself and then you're okay, you know? Where CTE, you're going to have to do a lot more treatments and therapy and shit to fucking treat that shit. I stopped watching Alex Jones recently. Dude, you should have stopped watching a long time. I feel a lot better not watching conspiracy stuff, even though it's probably mostly right. Here's the thing about Alex Jones. He is 1,000%, what's it called? Paid opposition, controlled opposition, 1,000%. He literally is Bill Hicks. Like, MMA Joey, did you ever watch the Bill Hicks documentary? Did you ever watch that Bill Hicks documentary on Vimeo? Because that will change your mind about Alex Jones. Because I don't think I've ever seen a documentary so like there was no real agenda. They're just stating the facts. They're just showing pictures. They're just showing things that happened that you look at it, you're like, yes, very clearly that's Bill Hicks. Very fucking clearly. So and here's the thing about the entire this is the reason why people like Kanye exist. People like Alex Jones exist. There's other ones too. People who are actively against the establishment, but they're still part of the establishment. Rabbit's foot. He likes playing fetch. They need to get the ideas into the public mind. That this is how the world actually is run. There's a collective human subconscious or a collective human conscious. And if you want to get something done on a massive scale, you need that certain idea in the minds of a certain amount of people, a certain percentage of it. And whether that percentage of people is for it or against it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all because that's not how the universe works. The universe doesn't speak in yes and no. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as like in universal language, there's no no's. There's no such thing as I don't want this. I don't want that. It's only yeses. So when you say something in your mind like I don't want a new world order, that's literally the same thing as saying I want a new world order. Literally the same results will happen. Or if you say I don't want $1 million versus I want $1 million, it literally means the same fucking thing in universal language. So as long as you get your ideas out and enough people believe in them or enough people are thinking about it and shit, it makes the percentage of chance of that shit happening so much more likely. So that's why you have people like Alex Jones out there. That's why you have fucking Kanye West going crazy right now and they're not really doing anything about it. There's a fucking reason for that. That's why you should not listen to any of these fucks. Fucking any of them. Honestly, well, I don't know if I should say this. I really don't know if I should say this. I think I'm gonna not say this, but so I'll make an analogy. And you can guess you can take a guess who I'm referring to. I used to watch a show called The Pat McAfee Show. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with Pat McAfee. He was a former NFL player. Now he's a current WWE, commentator, and he wrestles sometimes, and he has his own NFL show. And like the first few years that he had his show, I watched pretty much religiously. And there was a day, I don't remember when it was. I think it was like 2 years ago or some shit, maybe 2.5 years ago, where he just comes back from a break and he looks fucking distraught. And he never looks distraught ever. Like he's one of the most naturally like happy-go-lucky, just happy guys ever. He comes back and he goes, "I just found out the Illuminati's real." He's like, and he's like visibly distraught. He's like, "I just found out the Illuminati's real. Fuck, I don't what the fuck did someone had a face-to-face meeting with him during a break. Like it was very obvious that had just happened. And right fucking after that episode, all the other episodes from then on out, they had like demonic shit. They had like certain little tiny things about the show changed. And then I pretty much stopped watching very soon after that because I was like, okay, he sold out. He literally sold out. And now, like, when you watch it, It's just so fucking, the demonic shit is literally just in your fucking face. Something like that happened to one of our dear friends. I'll say that, in my opinion. And he did reference it on stream one time. This was a while ago. I want to say this is like maybe before summer or right around summertime. He said he got a visit from someone. He literally said it on stream. He got a visit from someone. And there's certain things, it's way, way, way less apparent with him than it was with Pat McAfee, because this is a much smaller scale than Pat McAfee was. Pat McAfee has millions and millions of subscribers now on YouTube. But I've noticed a few things that happen occasionally that I never noticed before. And so I don't know, it put me off. Like whenever I see these things, I just like, it puts me off to it. My aunt got offered once. Yes, my mom literally sold her soul. Like, yeah, it happens way more than you think it would. Way, way, way more. And it just it fucking disgusts the shit out of me. And I don't even know why I'm fucking talking about this. Why am I talking about this? What was oh yeah, Alex Jones. It was the Alex Jones shit. That's what I'm talking about. But once you get to a certain level, and that level isn't even really that high anymore on YouTube, like it's really not that high. Like you guys have been around for a while. Like, do you not see the exponential growth? And yeah, on one hand, you can say, well, that's just how it happens. That's how the algorithm works. And you could say that, true. Or you can say there's a fucking reason. Once again, like people blowing up out of fucking nowhere. There's a reason why they fucking blow up out of nowhere. There's a fucking reason. This is why I don't trust Andrew Tate. Even though I haven't seen anything specifically demonic from Andrew Tate, because I don't watch this shit. I would imagine if I watch this shit, I'd be able to find some shit. But next fucking topic, because some people don't like fucking this shit, which I don't even really like talking about this shit, to be honest. Autophagy, yes. I went 7 days on a fast once, and I shit out black goo. What? Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. I've never heard of that. The longest fast I've ever done, I think, was like 36 hours. Like, I'm a small guy. I don't have the fat reserves and the muscle reserves to fast. I just can't. Like, I need to fucking eat, or else I get way too fucking skinny, and I hate the way I look and feel. Robbery of the year, I think Strickland. No, even though I do think Strickland won for sure. Robbery of the year was Khalil Roundtree versus what was it, Jacoby? What was his name? Dustin Jacoby or Jacoby, whatever his name. That was robbery of the year, I think. I remember watching that one, and like at the end of that fight, there was no doubt in my mind. I was like, okay, Jacoby's got this for sure. Jacoby 100% got this fight. Cater Emmett, good one. But at the end of Cater Emmett, there was no doubt in my mind Cater won, but there was doubt in my mind whether the judges thought that. There was some. Although I would put Cater Emmett above Cannonier Strickland for sure. But just in terms of pure, how the fuck can you even do that? I think Jacoby Roundtree is like one of the most disgraceful, like it might be the most disgraceful decision of all time. Like, I just remember being absolutely disgusted. Like, because when that fight was over, I was like, oh, Jacoby's got this. I didn't even cross my mind that the judges would think to give it to Roundtree. It did not even cross my mind that would happen. Where normally it does. I'm probably thinking Strickland because it just happened. Yes, that would be my guess, Nubby. Yeah, because it recency bias. But there's been some bad ones. There was another bad one too. I don't remember. I don't think this year's been too bad with the decisions compared to other years, but still wasn't good. Did you guys see Mexican martial arts' rants on damage-based scoring? It was such a fucking good rant. I should link it in Discord if you guys haven't seen it. He did a live stream where he's explaining the reason why we're getting more shitty decisions and everything. It's because of the change in the rules. And it's like, and I totally get what he's saying, and I agree with it. But like on one hand, it's like if you don't judge on damage, then what the fuck do you judge on? But his entire premise and the entire premise of the rant, which was genius in my opinion, was saying, how do you know what the fuck damage is? How do you know how much something hurts someone? You know, I'm like punching myself right now. How much does this hurt? How much damage am I doing? How much damage am I doing? How would you know? I got hit 20 times, but am I damaged? No. So like, how the fuck do you, how do you, like if you damage-based scoring is way more subjective than like adding up the strikes and adding up control time and adding up submissions and like having like a mathematical approach to it. But the problem is if you have a mathematical approach to it, then people are just going to be point fighting more. So like I get both sides, but his argument that damage-based scoring is the reason why we're having so many stupid decisions, I do agree with it 100% because you can't. Because this was one of his arguments, and it's such a good argument. If damage-based scoring, if we're actually doing damage-based scoring, shouldn't have Mahashate beat Rafa Garcia, even though Garcia dominated that fight. Literally, all 3 rounds of that fight, he dominated. He had a massive cut. He was bleeding fucking everywhere. And he was way more damaged than Mahashate was. Way more. So how the hell did he not give it to Mahashate if you're doing damage-based scoring? That was his point. And yes, you could say, well, that cut happened just at one instance in one round. And then the other 2 rounds, and I think that's how you would logically walk yourself out of that. But it's still a good talking point, I think. And the way he put it was hilarious. I'm not doing it justice at all. He said he got a visit from George Soros. He definitely did not get a visit from George Soros. I sold my shirt. All I got was his T-shirt. Yeah. That's the thing is like they won't. You think people would like not sell their souls or like they would only do it for like large things or big things, but no, not at all. My mom sold her soul because she wanted to fit in and be cool. That's it. That's literally it. Nothing else. Nothing of material value at all. So yeah, that's how fucking ridiculously easy people will sell out. Maybe the Jewish meme has something to do with it. No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I used to blast steroids and became way too big. Oh, really, MMA Joe? Oh, shit. Damn, dude. Woo! What's up, William? How's it going, buddy? So I fasted a long time, became thin. The real MMA Joey could use some fast. Dude, if the real MMA Joey fasted for a year and just water fasted for a year, he would be a normal-looking human at the end of the year. It'd be really easy. And like, think of all the food, all the money on food he'd save. Kyla Moore, what's up, Kyla? No, Strickland Cannonier was worse. Roundtree actually rocked Jacoby a couple times. It was in the first round, but like okay, I get what you're saying, but like Jacoby clearly won the second and third round, like so fucking obviously that I don't know. I mean, it was a 3-round fight, and Roundtree did win the first round, so I get it, but Jacoby, it was so clear he won the first 3 rounds. Now, with Strickland and Cannonier, I've said this before, when I was watching the fight, it was the first fight, and I cannot remember how long that I wasn't actively scoring it. My brain was fucking dead from watching Armin wrestle fuck Demir. And I was just bored out of my mind, and I was like packing bowls and shit. So I wasn't paying attention 100% to the fight. I was paying attention like 75% to the fight, and I wasn't actively scoring it. But as I was watching it, I was thinking, well, this is a loss for me because I had Cannonier. I was like, this is a pretty clear loss for me. Strickland is landing more shots. He's landing the harder shots, and it seems like Cannonier's reacting to Strickland shots more than Strickland's reacting to Cannonier shots. And Strickland was rolling with a lot of Cannonier's heavier shots too. So yeah, I mean, I agree that Strickland won that fight, but I wasn't actively scoring it. And there was definitely some things I missed in that. So maybe I'm wrong, but that is not a fight I would even want to go back and look at again. Like it actually wasn't that bad of a fight. It was just because it took place after Armin Demir. They should have had. I don't know why they didn't have Bobby Green and Drew Dober a little bit higher up. That made no sense to me. If that was the co-main, I mean, I know Armin and Demir are higher ranked and shit, but for like amping people up and shit, like it just makes more sense to have Dober and Green because you know that's gonna be a fucking banger. But yeah, I would do the card. Almost every single card order the UFC does is completely backwards. I don't understand what they're thinking about it. There's a lot of people that are insanely athletic but have the soy chin. Like, I just bet on him. What's his name? The black guy, fucking, who just got knocked out by Chris Curtis. Why can't I think of his name? Oh my god, dude. What the fuck is his name? The Trayshawn Gore looking motherfucker, but not Trayshawn Gore. Better than him. What the? Joaquin Buckley. Ridiculously athletic. No chin at all. Johnny Walker. Ridiculously athletic. No chin at all. Dominic Reyes now has no chin. He used to have a chin. He has no chin anymore. Fucking Yuri took his chin on a plate and took it home with him to eat. Like Jordan Burroughs can be the most insane wrestler, but if he has a glass chin, he wouldn't be an MMA champ. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's what we don't know about Bo Nickel. And like, if Jordan Burroughs ever wants to compete in MMA, we don't know how much they can take a shot. But durability is one of the most underrated, one of the most underrated physical attributes you can have in MMA, for sure. Both when it comes to like just injuries and your ability to take a shot. And keep coming, like just your ability to keep going, whether it's in training or in a fight. That is such an underrated aspect. And sadly, Joaquin Buckley has zero durability within a fight anyways, even though I still like Joaquin Buckley. He's always in fun fights. He's always going for the knockout. I know a lot of people in Discord hate him or shit. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. I guess his personality isn't great. But like as a fighter, I don't know how you can't like him. He's a glass cannon. Someone's getting knocked out most likely. But whenever he fights, someone's getting knocked out. That makes for interesting fucking fights. Your leg can be red and swollen, but it won't hurt, for example. Wait, outskilled should be a rule. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like when you damage-based scoring, like you keep slapping my face is gonna turn red, but is it really damaged? No. Or like I can come out of the frozen lake. And my entire body is completely beat ass red. If a judge was looking at that and was like, this guy just got in a fight with this cold lake, and this cold lake did all this fucking damage to his skin. Let's give it to the lake. Like, no, actually, there was no damage at all. It just looks like that, So you can't really go by looks. The only person that knows how much damage someone has done to someone else is the person being damaged. That's the only person that knows. Literally the only person. So yeah, I agree. Like damage-based scoring, they have to modify the scoring again. The more they modify scoring, the more they make it subjective, which is there's a reason for that. But yeah, Kyla Moore, I'm not into BBW. Kyla, what the fuck? I thought we were getting back together. Yeah, I thought you were getting back together with Omar. Kiddo dropped Emmett round 2, and judges gave it to Emmett. Yeah, dude, that was a disgusting robbery. I agree. Maybe that is the worst robbery. I remember being fucking pissed after that because I had Cater. I knew Cater was going to win. I've always hated Emmett. I will always hate Emmett. He sucks. They overrate his power like crazy. He's got power. It's not crazy power. Like he just doesn't have crazy power. But every single fucking walkout to it, they always talk about how ridiculous his power is and shit. And like that's his main attribute when it's not even that fucking good. And I hate his fucking little milk dud nips that fucking prove that he's a fucking little roid abuser. Like I hate the way he looks like an orcish gremlin. I hate everything about Josh Emmett. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way his teeth sit in his mouth. I fucking hate that guy. So yeah, you're getting me all fucking worked up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Kamikaze. I think I would probably go with Emmett Cater. That was like a beginning of the year one, but yeah, that was That was another one where you're like, ooh. Although at the end of the fight, I was like, the judges might be retarded with this one. But yeah, fucking Cater clearly fucking won that fight. Notice their traps are big but have weak chins. Yeah, Buckley has crazy traps and still weak chin. So it's not like your neck has something to do with it and your traps has something to do with it, but it's also just genetics and how many concussive blows you've taken in your lifetime. If you've never had a concussion in your life, you're going to have a much better chin than the version of you that's taken 2 concussions in their life or 4 concussions. Thanks for calling me a beautiful woman, William. Yes. Thank you for that, William. Yoel has no neck. Yoel is literally a tank of PEDs, dude. Yoel is one of the craziest built human beings on the planet. I think you could hit him with a baseball bat and he wouldn't get knocked out. Like, he just fucking eats shots and it just doesn't matter. Who's the biggest unit in Jerusalem? You, MMA Joey. You're fucking, I don't know how tall you are, but you're at least 500 pounds. But if we're talking about like who's jacked, like who could do the most damage, it's definitely William. Like, William would kick all of our asses. I lost $225 using Guru's picks. Is that true, Weonte? Is that true? Sorry, I was AFK. I was looking on the hub for seizure porn. Did you find anything, Toast? Munoz Edgar was worse. Wait, Munoz Edgar wasn't this year, I don't think. Right? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Munoz Edgar was last year. We're talking about worst robberies of the year, Toast. Nubby brought it up. But where is Loquacious? Loquacious is in Amsterdam right now on vacation. So yeah, he's probably smoking some hash and fucking a prosy, would be my guess. But yeah, Munoz Edgar was really fucking bad though. I agree, Toast. Emmett and Vittori should start their own fighting league, Orc FC, following their retirement. True. I think Emmett looks more like an Orc than Vittori, because Vittori has hair now. When he had shaved head, he looked like an Orc. The funniest thing about Izzy calling Vittori an Orc, I swear to God, there was this girl that looked exactly like Marvin Vittori, and her entire family had that same fucking look, and they were Italian too. That's what they were, like Northern Italian as well. So it's like a specific Italian look. But this dumb cunt, she dated a friend of mine like in freshman year in high school, and me and my friends, we'd always call her an Orc. We'd always be really fucking mean to her just because she was so obviously cheating on her friend, and she was an idiot. And if you were nice to her, she would just start flirting with you. So you had to be mean to her, because the second you'd stop being mean to her, she'd start flirting. But we call her an Orc, and then fucking 15 years later, 20 years later, 18 years later, I hear Izzy call Vittori an Orc, and I'm dying because for years I thought Vittori looked like this girl I knew. Stiff and weak neck, hard sparring, and bad cardio has an effect. Cardio has a huge effect for sure. Because if you look at the Diaz brothers, like physically speaking, they should not have great chins, but because their cardio is the absolute best in the sport has ever seen, with their fucking Ironman triathlons that they've done, that's the reason why their chin lasts. So yeah, cardio is huge. And it's not normal cardio. It's superhuman, insane cardio that really affects your chin for whatever reason. But they proved it scientifically. I watched a show, I don't remember, I think it was an ESPN thing like years ago, where they scientifically proved that cardio has a much bigger impact on your chin versus any other thing you could possibly do, versus like neck exercises and trap exercises. If you want to improve your cardio, or if you want to improve your chin, you go out and run and swim and bike and shit. I'm worried about Loke. Last thing he sent me was a video of him screaming at a group of Tibetan protesters in Amsterdam and getting really aggressive with them. That's standard Loquacious, man. That's standard Loquacious. I think Loquacious is just fine right now. Emmett rant. Glad you like my Emmett rant. I fucking hate that guy. I hate the way he talks too. He's such a soy little bitch. Like, I don't understand how he's even ranked. He's not even good. He's genuinely not even good. I got the same stats as Cyril Gahn. I want to sumo wrestle the real MMA Johnny. Nice, dude. Would be cool to see them in Lord of the Rings. Seriously, I agree, William. It's true. Guru's retarded. Yes, it is. Oh shit. Well, I mean, was this the most recent card? Well, I think he did pretty good on this recent card. I'm not sure. But are you talking about the whole year, Deontay? Or are you talking about last month or a few months or just his last card? I'm not blessed like Loquacious and height E6'2", I'm 6'1". That's the same fucking thing, dude. Like 1 inch, who fucking cares? That's not gonna make or break. That's not gonna make a difference in a fight. I don't think. Height isn't. Like reach length is gonna make more of a difference in a fight than height length, I think. There's my study on creatine that shows 50% decrease in brain damage. Really? Oh shit. I take creatine every day. Not every day. I take it almost every day. I'll do like a 1 or 2 break every now and then. When I can just feel there's too much in my body, it just needs to come out a little bit. But yeah, I'm very pro creatine. The first time I took creatine, well, the first time I took it, I was in high school, but the first time I restarted taking it, like a few years ago, I noticed my brain just started working way better, way fucking better. So creatine is definitely a vital nutrient that we don't get enough of in our diets that we should supplement in. Because you can only get it in like beef and shit, and you have to eat a fuckload of beef like every single day to get like the amount of creatine that we actually need. But if you just take 1 gram or 2 of creatine a day, then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, for sure, Cater, but I think Patty was worse. Oh shit, I didn't even think about Patty. Fuck, good. I didn't even think about that. Actually, objectively speaking, yeah, I think I got to go with Patty. Maybe the worst robbery, because he lost all 3 of those rounds very clearly. I had Patty. I was rooting for Patty, and at the end of the fight, I was like, "Shit, Jared Gordon just won 30-27." That was my thought. So you're right, Toast. I think Patty's the worst robbery, but the only reason why I wouldn't put in there is because I'm so glad Patty won, because we don't need Patty's first loss. Read your Emmett comment. Wait, I genuinely don't see it. Hold on. Emmett, I read it, Polidori. Emmett and Vittori's just started Orc Fighting League. I fucking read it, dude. I read it. I'm sorry, dude, but I did read it. Where was I? Yeah, Patty's was worse. Patty's was fucking worse. But I'm glad Patty won, so that I want Patty to get flatlined by Drew Dober would be nice, but they're not going to give him Drew Dober. But I want Patty to get flatlined or submitted by someone who could then take that hype and do something with it. Because even though I like Patty, he's not a future champ. We all know this. We can see this. It sucks that he's not, because he's got such a good following. He's got such a nice following, and like people go crazy when his music hits. So it would be fucking cool as hell if he was like a top 5 guy, but he's just not gonna be. So I want someone to fucking starch that motherfucker, so they can maybe get some of that shine. You don't want Jared Gordon winning a fucking decision against Patty as his first loss. Like, that's the last thing he wants. So even though it's a robbery, I could care less about it. But yeah, that was a very corrupt fight for sure. Will Guru ever be seen in person? No. Ever have an IRL grip together? No. He says it. He used to say it a lot more often. He doesn't really say it anymore. But no, there's a reason why he doesn't say it anymore. It's because it will never happen. He has way too much anxiety, and he's way too afraid of people fucking with him, which is really strange. I don't think if he had an IRL meet and greet, I don't think anyone would fuck with him. I really don't. OG Mike Cox said he was going to ankle pick Guru, and Guru flipped out a while back. Wait, did he really? I think I vaguely remember that. I think I was probably there, but I don't know. It's very vague. But didn't want to give Emmett a Cater a title shot. But Emmett is better. Like, I don't understand. Cater's a more exciting fighter than Emmett. Sure, he doesn't have the power, but he's got the volume. I think Guru's scared of someone messing with him IRL. Yeah, I know, but no one would mess with him. Guru would get jumped if he said he was. That's the thing. He wouldn't, though. Who's going to jump him? Who's going to fucking. Yeah, I read it, William. I read Paul Doors. I read it. No, I put bigger bets on Holland, Matthews, and Bobby Green and lost 2. Dude, you should have watched me, dude. Well, Holland was not Guru's fault. That's Holland's fault. Holland beats Wonder Boy 10 times out of 10 probably if he just fights him intelligently, and once he gets him down, he just fucking submits him. Like Wonder Boy's ground game is pretty shit. We all know this. Like that's his fucking weakness. Get him on the ground and submit him or beat his ass. That's what you do. And Holland chose not to do that. So that's not Guru's fault. Matthews, yeah, it's tough, man. I had Matthews too. And and you should have listened to fucking Kamikaze there. And then Bobby Green, I was heavy on the Drew Dober. I was very heavy on Drew Dober because I knew I didn't know that he was going to get knocked out. But I knew it if it went to decision, even though Bobby Green would be landing more shots, Drew Dober is going to be landing the more damaging looking shots most likely. And the judges, I just felt like the judges would give it to him, even if it was close in any way. I just felt like Dober would get it. And I thought Dober was just going to win a clear decision. And I think he was on his way to doing that if he didn't get that knockout. Because he made a few adjustments and his shots are just, they did. Oh no! Okay. I'm gonna have to go very, very soon, but I'm gonna finish up these comments and I'm gonna go. But yeah. Holland, not your fault, not Guru's fault. Matthews, that's a tough one. That was my lock of the card. And then Bobby Green's the only one where I feel like you really shouldn't have listened. Yeah, Patty was Patty was horrible. Stop ducking talented members of Charlie Polidori. On my period of time. Dude, I did, dude. I fucking did. You can go back and watch it. I did. Yeah, that's when he went on the Izzy Ork rant. Yep. Patty versus Michael Johnson. Good one. I think it's hard to say if Patty can either get the back or get Michael Johnson down. I think Patty wins that. But I'm not sure if Patty does, though. And if it's just a stand-up fight, you'd have to lean Michael Johnson. I think that's a 50-50 fight. I would love to see Patty versus Michael Johnson. That's like a 50-50 fight. Can't wait for a bunch of Chris Giant Black dude from Central Africa with wrestling to ruin heavyweight. No, I hope that never happens. He's scared of people fucking with him because he was bullied in school, yet he acts like he was the alpha dog playing. I know, Toast. He was definitely bullied in high school. Like, for sure, he was definitely bullied. Give the title shot to Chinese up-and-comer Jigabub. Oh, okay. Jigaboo. Yes, nice. Guru was a wannabe chess member and a rugby team enthusiast. He wasn't on the rugby team. He played rugby in PE. His own admission. He was not on the rugby team. Guru has a lot of haters. Yes, I mean, technically everyone in Jerusalem is kind of a Guru hater, but we all love him too. I can't imagine any of us fucking with him. Chemp, I can't even imagine Chemp. I doubt Chemp would even do anything. I feel like if anything, if we were like hanging out with Guru and then someone tried to fuck with Guru, I feel like if anything, we would have his back. I would like if someone tried to fuck with him or any of us, like that would be my mentality. I wouldn't just let it happen. Unless it was really fucking funny. If it was hilarious, then I would let it happen. But if it was like an aggressive thing, I think most of us, like William, if you were there, you would just beat the shit out of someone probably. I know that Wonder Girl is your favorite fighter. So definitely not. Jigaboo seems chill. Very true. Time to smoke some more meth. Yes, that's what I'm about to do. The only smart thing to do is bet more. We all take that. Don't bet more, bet intelligently. Bet intelligently, man. And like, I don't know, betting to try to make up losses is like the worst way to bet. Like that's how you get more losses. Like take the obvious bets, take the easiest bets on there. You know, like when two women are fighting, take the over 2.5. Take that more often than not, and you're probably gonna win some money. Favorite basketball American fighter? Probably John Jones, or I do like Joaquin Buckley. Demetrius Johnson. I fucking love Demetrius Johnson. His knockout of what's his name? Adriano Moraes or some shit. That was probably the most satisfying knockout I've ever fucking seen, man. because in the first fight, Adriano he knocked DJ out when he was on the ground. He was knees to the head while he was on the ground because it's one championship, so it's completely legal. And in the first fight, that's how DJ lost. If that fight took place in the UFC, DJ isn't losing that fight, at least not in that way. And in the second fight, he stunned Moraes and he kind of fell back and shit. And the second he stunned him, DJ was like, dude, I got this. I got this. Like he wanted that knee back so bad. And he tracked him all the way down to the end of the cage and got the most vicious flying knee ever. Dude, that's probably my favorite knockout of all time because of the context, because he had the wherewithal to go for the knee. He didn't, like, it wasn't the smartest move to do that, but he had the skill and the wherewithal and the vengeance factor to fucking do that. Like, that was the most high T move I think I've ever seen in a fucking MMA fight. It was beautiful. So I would say DJ is probably my favorite basketball American fighter. Ironically, he would have no chance playing basketball either. Michael Johnson becomes champ. That would be a crazy arc if Michael Johnson just goes on a fucking run right now. Although he doesn't look as fast as he used to be. I think Michael's on the decline, sadly. Because I like Michael Johnson. I think he's good for the decision, good for the mix up of the division, and he's just because you never know what you're gonna get with him. I'm scared Guru might hurt someone if he doesn't get some action. Yeah. Like last time Guru interacted with other people, like outside of his family. The last time he interacted with other people was the night he did the community post. That was literally the last time he hung out with other people. If it would be his brother, I would let him. Wait, who's brother? Michael. Wait, I'm confused what that means. Champ would bomb the event he's attending? Nah, he wouldn't. He fucking wouldn't. I lost 2K on slot machines. Jesus, Washington, don't do slot machines. If you're gonna mindlessly gamble, play. There's a certain there's a certain strategy in craps. You want to play craps, and if you do one specific strategy and you never deviate from that strategy, you have like a 1-to-1 ratio of winning, which is like unheard of in betting, in gambling. So if you're gonna do stupid shit in gambling like that, play craps. Jones versus DC better. That was fun. DC said DC said that in the lead up to the first fight. He said it in the lead up to the first fight, not the second fight. And in the second fight, Jones got him with that's one of my favorite moments. Yeah, because I still hate DC, but I hated DC even more, especially during those times, because DC kept taking the high road. I was like, I'm not a drug addict. I don't fuck prostitutes and do coke and have all these issues. And he was trying to get the crowd to boo Jones because of his issues and shit, which I felt was like a more egregiously bad than anything Jones has ever done, to be honest. Like, it just rubbed me the wrong way. So I was like, fuck this. I'm Team Jones all the way. And I like Jones' fighting style. I like his mentality way more than DC. And it's so fucking lame. I will end on this because I have to go. It was a crypt slots on stake. Crypt slots on stake? I don't know. Crypto slots on stake? Champ's going to do a bombing soon? No, he won't. John Jones is my favorite fighter. I don't care that he hits women. He's undefeated. Yeah, dude, John Jones, his psychopath mentality makes him, it gives him an extra edge in the cage, and he already has so many edges. To me, he's just one of the most interesting psychological what's it called? Psychological, what's the word for it? Studies, I guess, in the UFC. He's a really interesting person. He's really fucking smart. Really, really fucking smart. And he's got ridiculous amount of demons. He's definitely a sociopath, 1,000%. But he has redeeming factors too. And but anyways, DC versus Jones, the second fight. On their records, it's a no contest because Jones popped afterwards. But it should not be a no contest. Go back and look at the tests. DC's tests are just as sketchy as John Jones' tests. If not, just as sketchy, slightly more. They're both sketchy as fuck. They were both on shit. And DC's physique during especially the second Jones fight, that's when he looked the best, the least amount of fat and the most amount of muscle on him. And he was roided to the fucking gills, man. And they have the fucking gall They have the nerve to make that a no contest. No, John Jones won that fight. He set up that head kick perfectly. He knew, like, yeah, that pisses me off to this day. But they were both on roids, and John won that with his brain, not because of the roids, but because of his fucking brain. And I will leave with that because I genuinely have to go now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I don't think I have anything else to say, so good looking out. Peace and pee-pee crabs.